All right, guys, welcome back. Today is Wednesday, February 12th, I believe.
Yes.
So again, we're trying to keep to our schedule of our Wednesday live. So thank you all for joining us. Today we have a very wet, rainy day here in San Diego, which is well needed, right?
Well, that's what you have to say when you live in
Yes.
Southern California. We really needed this. We really
Yes.
needed this. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a little nice rainy day outside here, and we got some snow up in Big Bear this week too.
Oh,
So if you guys
well,
are
I would
looking
think
for
so.
some
I mean, if it's
snow,
raining here, it's probably
could be a good time to get up there. So today we're going to talk about a few things that are going on here in San Diego. Talk a little bit about the real estate market as we do.
Yep.
And there's actually some interesting news this past week. So in case you guys don't know, we also have an Instagram that we kind of track what's going on here in San Diego week after week.
as up to date as we can be.
And we try to put about 5 or 6 of those per week these days. So kind of cracking
mean,
them out.
It's a lot. Some days posting 2-3 times.
Yes. I know.
There's just so much.
We just give out such great information.
There's just so much information.
Pretty remarkable. So, okay. So today we're going to talk about what is going on. As I mentioned, let me see. I was having some technical difficulties on this earlier. So hopefully you guys can hear us fine. And we are good to go here.
Got our mics.
Yeah, we got a new mic setup.
Hopefully
so we got two mics going here. So trying
really
to make us look like a real podcast.
Crispy, yes. Enunciate. Yes.
Okay. So let's see if I can get this up.
I think you can do it. It was not your fault. The technical difficulties were not your fault.
It's mostly San Diego Union Tribune, which is very frustrating. So if you guys use San Diego Union Tribune on Google Chrome, it is challenging sometimes.
Yeah.
So, okay. So first article I wanted to talk about
is trash.
Trash. We love talking about trash here. Trash and parking are kind of my two favorite topics here. If you were unaware, if you own a single family residence here in San Diego, you do not have to pay for trash.
That's right. So I did know that because I have lived both in a home where you don't pay for trash and in a home where you do pay for trash.
Yes. And San Diego is actually the only city in California that you did not have to pay for trash.
That is so interesting.
It goes back to 1919, some kind of rule that they made back then. But in 2022, we actually put on the ballot saying that we voted to pay for our trash.
Yeah.
Which I was actually
I don't remember that on the ballot, but I was here and I must have voted on it.
Some people said it was like slightly deceiving on how they worded.
It's always deceiving how they word everything on the ballot. You've got to use those websites that like break it down for you in non-jargony terms so you know what you're voting for. But so we voted.
So we
voted
now to pay
here's
for our
what we're
trash.
doing now. We have to pay for our own trash.
Welcome, San Diego.
Obviously, if you're in an apartment or if you have an HOA, those are like, if you're in an apartment, you're already paying for trash.
Apartment or condo, you're paying for your own trash. Sometimes it's included in the HOA, or sometimes it's a separate bill. So,
right.
So they're going to be charging $42 per month instead of $53, and the rate would rise to $52 in 2027. So
I mean,
it's actually higher than Los Angeles. It's higher than most places in California, except I think it was the
Long Beach.
Long Beach
had more expensive trash. Interesting.
So just another bill we get to add on to our monthly bills here.
I know you don't have the article queued up there, but I was just reading about how they're saying that they're thinking they're going to need to raise prices on lots of other stuff. It was like
boating license,
renting a boat, getting a fishing license, paying for police to come and work your nonprofit event, Padres games, the Pride Parade, like when you have to hire police officers. And they're saying that cost of stuff like that could triple. So $55 an hour to hire a police officer to come and work your event could be up to 150 some.
Yes.
So
apparently if you get the smaller gallon trash cans, they will charge you less. So there's how big are the
who doesn't need ones? I need the big trash cans.
We need like another trash can.
Yeah.
So much trash. So they're trying to encourage people to not to have as much trash, which is a difficult feat.
Yeah. What? And does that mean though
that it's 35 gallons instead of 95 gallons? So if you do the 35 gallon, it's $42. If you do the bigger one, it's $53.
Does the price increase get us new trash cans or nicer
I think it does. Actually said they do offer replacements. I don't know if there's an additional cost to it, but because right now you do have to, if you do need trash, you pay for it.
You pay for your own trash can.
Maybe if this might include it, I'd have to go through this article a little more.
I have to say, I love the trash, the trash collectors for sure, but the trucks that they use damage those cans constantly.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Mine is
the
one
lids
of my
are
trash
always,
cans is
oh my
completely
gosh.
shattered.
Oh, you should see. We have duct tape all over the trash cans. So maybe if we pay a little more for trash, we have access to
Yes.
new trash cans when the trash truck breaks our trash cans.
So just to know, we voted for this, so now we get to pay
This
another
is what
bill.
you get.
So
This
okay.
is what you get.
Okay, so that I thought that was an interesting topic.
That
Over in Scripps Ranch, there is a Alexandria, which is a real estate life science company here in San Diego, has been selling off a couple buildings here in San Diego recently.
Yeah.
They sold one over in Sorrento Mesa, Mira Mesa area
Mhm.
that is going to be turned into a 400 unit.
I believe
building.
we talked about that on
We talked about that
week's
last week's
live.
episode
Yeah.
of our live here. Now, Shea Homes just purchased a piece of land from Alexandria, which is right across the street from Scripps Ranch High School. Scripps
Ranch High School, yes, which scores incredibly high on niche.com and schools. Your greatschools.org.
Yep.
It is, by those standards, it ranks very highly. I think it's a very sought after area to live in because of the schools and the amenities. And so it sounds on the surface great, but you look at the actual size of the lot.
I think it's going to be 23 acres, which is not small, but it's going to be, it's most likely townhomes, condos.
Right. That was going to be my next follow-up.
So then you're going to the last time they had Scripps Ranch new construction.
No. I'd have to think about that.
Yes.
I mean, sadly, where my mind goes to is, after the fire, they built a bunch of new homes. There was a fire just a few years ago.
2003, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't remember the last new community that was in Scripps Ranch. So this
new construction.
They could
on
probably
the other side,
need some new ones.
I mean, see, Stonebridge doesn't count as Scripps Ranch. That's probably some of the newest
Scripps
homes.
Poway. Same difference.
Those are probably some of the newer homes.
Yeah, probably.
Or closer to Scripps Poway Parkway. There was some new. There's new apartments over there.
Yeah, apartments, but not too many. If
no single family homes. Right.
Sale,
No. Yeah.
People want like affordable,
single
first-time home
housing,
buyer type stuff. So even if it's a townhome, I think it could be a good thing. I'm not sure how people
the high
school is going to be super excited because it's right across the street from the high school. So
that's interesting for Scripps Ranch.
Yes. And so what does it say here? It sold it for $50 million, which is no small fee. So I guess there was an office building there.
Yeah.
And then some vacant land next to it or unused land.
Mm-hmm.
So they bought, I guess, both of it. So as you can see here on the map, Scripps Ranch High School. I'm not sure if you can see this, might be too small. And then these are the parcels here that they bought.
And this Alexandria also owns a lot of land. A lot, not a lot of land, a lot right off of the 56 near us here in the Torrey Highlands area.
So right across the street from us, this is the merged 56 shopping plaza supposed to be.
Right.
I've heard this is not 100% accurate or confirmed, at least,
just
that some of these parcels out here are supposed to be for a life science building, boutique hotel, and some retail.
Right.
Now they're talking about it might turn into more housing. They might sell Alexandria's plan has changed recently.
Wow.
And they might sell off some of those parcels and it possibly could be housing.
Yeah.
Or maybe it'll end up being like a mixed use, like housing, like sort of what we are right now.
Shopkeeper
units, and maybe some actual units that could actually house an actual restaurant, because all these units here are 500 square feet and they're not plumbed for any kind of
no kitchen.
Restaurant.
They're not.
Yes.
Yeah. They haven't been constructed with kitchen access.
If they do get rid of the shopping center, which I will be super bummed about,
I would too.
I'm hoping they do some kind of mixed use scenario, but time will tell on that one.
Yeah.
So there's supposed to be something going on the planning board. It was supposed to be this last Wednesday, but then I guess the guy didn't show up, so he's coming back next month to discuss.
The snail's pace at which this stuff moves drives me crazy. I've lived in this location for almost 12 years now, and this stuff has just been in the works.
I mean, things have changed over time, and COVID happened.
Yes,
pandemic.
and look, like the office we're sitting in right now was built, which is great, and has been here for a few years. But it's just, I just feel like it's slow. Even getting the bridge built near us, I just feel like it's always
it's the city of San Diego. Everything's a little bit slower here.
It is a little bit slower, and that's something we love about San Diego too.
Yes,
but
that is the slower pace of life for anything.
I gotta shut up. This is what I'm getting. What I
we got Star Platinum, one of our featured guests every week.
Yes.
I think he was talking about the trash. Justify putting in the price of San Francisco and Los Angeles. Yes.
Oh, yep.
So yeah, that was about our trash conversation that we had earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. If you guys have any questions in the comments, feel free to put them in, or if you want to chime in on some of these articles that we're talking about, we'd be happy to discuss.
Or if you have the inside scoop and you want to let me know when any of this stuff is actually going to be built,
yes,
or what is going to be built there, let us know.
Let us know if you hear something coming to San Diego that we haven't heard about. We'd like to make a video on it as well. So, okay, what else do we have here? Okay, this was the other office project that Alexandria had sold. I think, did we talk about this?
We did. We talked about it last week.
So they sold a
Sorrento Mesa.
Yes, an office park in Sorrento Mesa. They're going to have 400 apartments over there that used to be owned by Alexandria. So that is. And
I talked about how when we posted on our Instagram page that people were readily commenting about how it would increase traffic, obviously, and that area is already pretty congested. So people were voicing concerns about just the infrastructure being able to facilitate 400 apartments worth of people.
Yes, which will bring more traffic, which everyone loves.
Yeah.
So, okay, next up we have Oceanside allocates $17 million for new park and flood control. I guess that's important as well. So this is over by Front Wave Arena up in Oceanside, the new Front Wave Arena.
Which you've been to.
I went to.
I haven't been there yet.
One of the Clippers preseason games there, which is actually super cool arena. Some people have mixed feelings about Front Wave Arena too, from the comments I've seen on our Instagram too,
what's the beef?
I guess they think it's like kind of out of place in the area. It doesn't really go with the, sometimes they think Oceanside just builds just to build, not really think things through sometimes. So I don't live in Oceanside, so I'm not as up to date on that as much. Yeah. So, but a new park, everyone likes parks. So people complain about this too, but I think a park is much better options than, another office building, life science building, or some other things that would not be as beneficial to the community. So there's not too many people that complain about parks typically. So I guess spending $17 million on a new park when it could go to like schools or something like that, I can kind of see that, because Oceanside always hasn't been known for the best schools in San Diego, at least parts of it, according to niche.com or greatschools.org. Right, not our opinions. So yeah, I mean, I could see people have a problem with that when there's a lot of other issues that hopefully could be solved, but I don't know how far $17 million would go. Really goes. I know. I mean, that could be one. And I think this park has been planned for a very, very long time. So I guess it's been in the works for a while. Okay, what else we got next? I just posted this yesterday. Very excited. I like this. I am excited about this. Have you been to Fresno before? I haven't been to Fresno, but I might have to go to Fresno at some point. Apparently, it's the closest airport to like Yosemite. Yeah, the parks. I was also going to say there's Fresno State there and Chico State not too far either. Did your daughter look at any of those schools? Well, that may be. I have a almost college age daughter who is probably going. I mean, you gotta explore. You gotta look at all the schools that California has to offer, especially the state schools, price wise, that's a great option. And Fresno State's super popular. It's a very popular school. And now we'll have a direct flight. I guess it's the only place that goes direct to Fresno. Just so in case you can't read the headline, San Diego's new nonstop from Southwest will get you close to 3 national parks, which is the Fresno Yosemite International Airport, I think they call it. Yeah. I've never been to Fresno, but from the comments I had on this yesterday, people were not super excited about Fresno, but teach their own. But but I'm trying to justify. I'm saying maybe you don't just want to go to Fresno just for funsies, but if you have a child that goes to the university there or the school there, I mean, that would be a great option. That's something you really have to think about. And they're also adding more nonstop flights to Tampa. I guess they used to only go 1 day a week, I think, to it. Now there's like 3 or 4 days. Yes, it was like Thursday through Sunday. They would be offering flights direct from San Diego to Tampa, which is nice. I mean, and I'm actually going to Tampa this weekend, but I'm taking Alaska Airlines. Interesting. Well, I mean, Southwest usually offers some of those really great, like, want to get away prices, and that could be awesome. I think I saw what they said about the nonstop flight to Fresno was something like $78 or something for the want to get away price. Really so that's a great price. So yeah, there were a couple other cities that they added for nonstop flights. It's very interesting. I guess it's based on, where Southwest has hubs. So something like Columbus. I wish they would go direct to Philadelphia, but no, that's too. It looked like all the cities they were adding were sort of on the smaller scale. Got it. So I'm trying to remember the other ones. So definitely Columbus, Fresno, Tampa. I wish I could remember. From San Diego. From San Diego, I believe. Yeah. I think I posted another one about this too recently. I can't remember what city. I can't remember the other 2 cities, but
I don't know how often I'd be going to Columbus, Ohio,
Yeah,
but
no, probably as much as you go to Fresno, most
yeah,
likely. So
probably.
um,
Why not though?
Okay. Next one. This is real estate related. So if you're looking to buy a home this year, mortgage rates falls to 6.89%.
Oh, under
Third straight
7.
weekly decline. So,
Yes.
and if you're looking at jumbo loans, they're actually much lower than this. I think they're in the low 6s now. So, and if you're buying a house over here, chances are you're probably using a jumbo loan because home prices, if you have not heard, are somewhat expensive in San Diego.
Yeah, I saw, your average price that you just posted the other day on Instagram.
Yes.
All of the neighborhoods, I think Rancho Penasquitos, the area that we're in, was like 1.55 million, I believe, median home price.
Actually, I can get my sheet that has all of them on there. So,
I bet you have that at the ready.
Let's see if I can get that one.
But yeah, which is still, which wasn't even like the most. 1.55 million still sounds like a lot, and it wasn't even the highest, of course. But yeah, you will definitely need a jumbo loan.
Yes. Let me show you if I can find it.
It's all right. If you can't, then you should just have all of these home prices committed to memory.
I know I should.
You should. You should have them all just locked and ready to go for people that want to know.
Okay, I got it right here.
Okay. Oh, Escondido. It was the next one over, I think.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, let me get this up here.
It's kind of harder to read though. I like the one you posted on.
Well, the Instagram
reel?
Well, here. Well,
it's all right. Hey.
Okay.
Whatever. I'm not the tech expert, so I'm not trying to mess up the tech flow here.
Present, share.
So however that works for you.
Go ahead. Slides.
Got it.
You know what? This is not going to work. So I'll just read them off in the meantime. So, okay. So,
yeah, it's hard to read though.
There we go.
Yeah,
that's easier. Okay, so home prices here. The median home price in Carmel Valley is $2.524 million. What was Rancho Penasquitos this year? $1.55 million as of January.
I just said that, Bern.
Yes. Well, sorry. Well, I'm just repeating it.
I know.
Del Mar up 3.2 million. Carlsbad 1.7, almost $1.8 million. So
make everybody feel better and tell them what the average price for Rancho Santa Fe is.
Rancho Santa, yeah. So this will make everyone feel better. $5 million right now. $5
million, guys. So hey, if you're buying a house in PQ for 1.55, you are getting a steal of a deal.
Steal of a deal, as they say.
Buy a couple, buy 2, buy 3, and enjoy the lower rates. Because we were up above 7. We were hovering around 7 for a while there. So
yes, it was not very affordable.
Right.
Okay, so a couple other things going on here, and just trying to see what we've seen in the real estate market now. So usually, typically post Super Bowl, I kind of tell everybody this is like when things really start to take off. I've noticed that even like 2 weeks before the Super Bowl occurred, that, and by the way, go Birds! So
go Birds!
Big Eagles fans here on the channel here. So we were very excited about that. But usually the spring selling season here in San Diego starts right around the Super Bowl time, and I've already felt it in the last 2 weeks. I put 2 offers out there on properties, and one had I think 11 offers on it. Actually, this other one we put an offer on over in Del Mar only had one other offer on, but it was like super overpriced in my opinion. So this is usually the start of it. I don't think it's gonna be as crazy as we've seen in previous years, but educated guess. Rates are slowly coming down.
Yeah.
And I think they'll probably be into the low 6s by the end of the year, at least for jumbo loans, maybe even high 5s for jumbos, but conventional loans could probably still be in that low 6s.
High 5s would be great.
I think people would feel very good about.
I think they would too.
I think I just read an article recently that I think it's around 20% of people still have rates lower than 6%.
Yeah.
So that number is the highest it's been since 2020.
Yeah.
So people are slowly catching up to where the rates were.
Yeah.
And if I've noticed anything, people kind of get used to a rate eventually. So the longer
it just becomes
stays high, then
the
it's
new
just
norm. And then you're just
like,
well, I got 5.85, and you think that's super great, and that is because that's the new norm, right?
Yeah.
It's never going to be 3.5. I'm guessing it's not going to be the way it was 3-4 years ago.
Let's see. Was it in this article? I don't know. 30 or more.
That's okay.
Yeah. So, okay. We'll skip ahead to that one. Very exciting television. Okay, this one is a vacation rent. So if you own an Airbnb here in San Diego,
Right. Which is a great investment.
which is a great investment. Well, it depends on where you buy it.
Yeah, that's
sometimes
true.
Too. So
It
2
can
years
be,
ago, they
can
started
be.
doing licenses for Airbnbs here in
Mhm.
San Diego. So they're restricting how many people can do it, and they charge fees for that. So they're in 90 days, I believe they're going to be raising those rates. Not like
Not a
a
ton.
huge
It
amount.
was,
Let's
you
see if
know,
I see what it was.
something 1,000 to
It will climb from $1,000 to $1,129. So it went up $129 bucks.
right.
And that's for a year, I believe,
Yeah.
right? Yes. And then if you do a shorter term, like if you only rent your house out 20 days a year, they're raising those fees from $100 to $193. That almost doubled, but only $193 bucks.
And I was curious though, because they were kind of saying that Mission Beach is
area?
like the outlier because it's
Well, they have the most
they,
amount of
they have the most.
Airbnbs.
Yeah. So there's no cap on the amount in Mission
You could have,
Beach.
I think 30% of homes can be Airbnb in Mission Beach. And in other parts of San Diego, it's like, is it like 10% or something or 5%?
It's
lower.
way less.
Whatever
it's way
it is,
less.
it's
But
considerably
they're
less.
also, I'm wondering, Mission Beach is also having the same types of escalation there. Like they're raising those as well? Question mark.
Yes. I mean, it's all part of
It's
the same
for
thing.
every-
Mission
yeah.
Beach is still.
I
San
just thought
Diego,
Mission
so.
Beach had like some kind of, they had like some little special, not loopholes, but just
Well,
there were.
they just can have more of them than they have more licenses than any other part of San Diego. So, and we know we have clients that bought Airbnbs here that are renting them out. And as far as I know, I think the cap has still not been reached on that. So if you're ever looking for an Airbnb,
Oh yeah, no, I
reach it,
just read that this year there were still like 440 licenses available,
and everyone was
So-
really worried about they were going to
Exactly.
be swooped up in like a day,
Right.
And it's been 2 years and they still have not reached the cap.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
so if you're looking
So
for an Airbnb,
get
you
your-
still have
yeah.
time to get an Airbnb. Okay, and then let's see. So, and again, guys, if you have any questions here, we try to go for this for about 30 minutes. So if you guys have questions or anything going on in San Diego, please feel free to let us know.
Yes.
As we're always happy to answer them.
Even if it's something we can answer
San Diego
next
related.
week, if we need to get back to you, if we need to do our research and get back to you next week when we do our live on Wednesday next week. Are you in town?
I get back on Wednesday, so
Okay,
it's
so we'll have to
tentative
see.
if
We'll have to see
if we
about
can
that.
put it to make it happen next week. So, Wonderfront Music Festival announced their lineup for 2025.
I just want to hear you pronounce all these names.
I was hoping you were going to do that for me. Jason Mraz.
Do you know Jason Mraz?
Yes.
But I love
Hawk
it's
or Pake?
Krongbin. Like that's such a hard one to pronounce, but they're wonderful. They're a great band. I
Hawk
don't
and the
know.
Free Nationals. I don't.
Yeah, Gary Clark Jr. I
Foster
mean, this
the
is like
People.
really all over the place.
Yeah.
Like you have lots of different genres of music here. And this is on the Bayfront, the waterfront park, which is a really cool place to see a concert.
Yeah.
I think that they have done, I'm trying to remember if last year there were some hiccups with the entering and exiting and
Into the concert?
going
Okay.
through. That's just what I remember from social media. People kind of being like, like it took so long to get through security. It just needed to have more
Personnel.
Yeah.
To get
Or
inside.
entrance.
Organization.
Yeah. And,
Gotcha.
it's difficult. It's sort of like the Rady's Shell as well.
Yes.
Which is a concert venue
Love the Rady
downtown,
Shell.
also on the water. Yes. I also love the Rady's Shell. The acoustics are insane, but to get in and out is quite
What is your favorite music venue in San Diego?
like a big one or a small one?
Small one.
A small one. I love the observatory in North
Okay.
Park.
What about outdoor one?
Outdoor. I like the amphitheater at San Diego State University.
I've actually been to that
I
one.
also like the one in Chula Vista.
Chula Vista Amphitheater is great.
Yes.
Well, Rady Shell.
Rady Shell's beautiful too, but getting in and out is really difficult.
And Humphreys by the Bay.
Oh, wait, Humphreys by the Bay. Humphreys by the Bay,
Yeah.
hands down for outdoor. I just feel like it's a slept on venue.
I went there
People
for the
don't
first time
realize.
this past year, and I thought it was wonderful.
It's
super
nice.
small.
It's
but that's why I
small.
like it, so.
It's intimate. You can like
The parking
really
was super easy.
parking is so
which I'm a
easy.
big fan of parking.
Again,
so.
it does have sort of a difficult in and out. There's only one road in, really, and one road out off the little island there. But it's still, I love Humphreys. Wow, you just reminded me of that. No, there's we have
lots
a lot of great
we have,
music venues here in San Diego.
7 or 8 great spots here
Yeah.
in San Diego for that.
So this is a different beast here,
Yes,
because this is
this
a
is a
huge
big
festival. So
festival,
this
yeah.
is like a 3-day festival. I believe you can buy tickets for individual days as well as ticket packages for all 3 days.
Mhm.
There's probably also VIP experience stuff where you get, I don't know, the little line bypasser thing, or you have separate bathrooms. They always offer stuff like
Sure.
that.
Which I'm sure they're going to offer to us any day now for all these
Someone's
things.
going to just call you up.
Another music festival that's supposed to be coming back in 2025, which there's no actual news on this, is Kaboo Music Festival in Del Mar.
I'll believe it when I see it.
It's been canceled for the last 3 or 4 years,
Yeah.
but they said this is the year it's finally coming back. It's usually in September, and if it's in September, they probably will announce it in the next 2 months,
Yeah.
I would imagine.
And that's at the Del Mar Fairgrounds.
Del Mar, they tried to bring it to Petco Park, or they did do it one year, and now they are bringing it back.
That's right.
There's people were suing everybody.
I actually think that location is a great option for.
It's like really the only music festival we have in North County.
North County.
Yeah. Do you know of any other ones besides like big one, at least?
Not on that kind of scale, but that's a great. I mean, I think that's a great space for it.
Yeah.
You know, they have parking. You're right off the 5. Which is convenient. I mean, causes a lot of traffic on the 5, but at least it's directly off the freeway. So,
all right. Well, that's pretty much our news articles for the week. In case you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat here. Any last thoughts? Anything else you've seen in the news recently?
No, not really. I was excited about those nonstop flights to Fresno.
You were the one.
I was the one person. I think being able to get to the national parks is awesome. Otherwise,
have you been to Yosemite?
I haven't been to Yosemite.
Like we're not
national
we've
park
been in
people.
California this long. We've never gone to
I know it's true. You know why I think that is? Because there's no direct route to get there. You're having to plan this super long drive.
We're going to book it. So
now you can just fly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me remove this. Okay. So again, if you guys do not follow us on Instagram, please follow our Instagram. Here, I'll get that up on the screen here so we can all see that.
Sure enough. And enjoy the rain. And remember that if you are in San Diego or anywhere where you have access to In-N-Out, so this is not everyone, but I know there's In-N-Outs in like Utah, Arizona. When it rains, like we're getting here in San Diego, they do free hot chocolate at In-N-Out. So that's my little.
Wait, they do always?
They do free hot chocolate every time it rains here in San Diego so go to any In-N-Out while it's raining and they'll give you free hot chocolate.
Okay, but I can't log into Instagram, so we're not doing that.
Okay.
But yeah, enjoy this rainy day.
Yep.
And we're gonna try to do this every Wednesday, 12 o'clock. Follow us on Instagram at North County_SD.
Yes.
To find anything that's going on in San Diego, we post multiple videos per week, like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And if you're ever looking to buy or sell a home here in San Diego, we are real estate agents, so we'd be happy to help you out. Or if you just have questions about what's going on into a neighborhood, we can definitely find that out for you too. So
that's right.
All right. Well, thank you guys for checking in, and we will catch you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.